In a move that has grabbed headlines across Washington and Beijing, U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to terminate certain trade ties with China, specifically calling out cooking oil, a market that traders say has already been collapsing over the past year. Today, we break down why Trump's comments may have limited impact, how China is reshaping its agricultural trade, and what this means for U.S. farmers. Trump, writing on social media, accused China of deliberately avoiding U.S. soybean purchases, calling it an economically hostile act against American farmers. In the same post, he warned that the U.S. could terminate business with China, having to do with cooking oil and other elements of trade, as retribution, adding, "As an example, we can easily produce cooking oil ourselves. We don't need to purchase it from China." U.S. President Donald Trump acknowledged his personal rapport with Chinese President Xi Jinping, but warned that at times, she can be unpredictable, adding that China often seeks to take advantage of others in trade and negotiations.
Everybody deals with China. They have to deal with us too. We have to be careful with China. Look, I have a great relationship with President Xi, but sometimes it gets testy because China likes to take advantage of people, and they can't take advantage of us. But we have a fair relationship with China, and I think it'll be fine. And if it's not, that's okay too. You have to do and go where the punches are thrown. You got to put up the blocks. We have a lot of punches being thrown, and we've been very successful.
While Trump singled out cooking oil, the reality is that U.S. imports from China had already plunged sharply. In 2024, the U.S. imported a record 1.27 million metric tons of used cooking oil from China, valued at over $1.1 billion. But after China reduced tax rebates late last year, and the U.S. imposed tariffs on Chinese goods earlier this year, imports from January to August fell a staggering 65%, totaling just 290,690 tons, or $286.7 million. Traders in China say Trump's latest comments have had minimal impact on the market. One trader told Reuters, "The U.S. pretty much stopped buying from China anyway, so the impact is as empty as his threats." Another noted that domestic producers are now mainly targeting European buyers, no longer considering the U.S. market for cooking oil. Although used cooking oil is a relatively small trade, the dispute highlights broader tensions in U.S.-China agriculture. China is the world's largest buyer of soybeans and has sharply reduced imports from the U.S. in favor of Brazil and Argentina. Last year alone, China imported over 22 million tons of U.S. soybeans, valued at $12 billion. Analysts say Trump's threats are part of a broader strategy to protect American farmers and renegotiate trade deals in the face of shifting global supply chains. Trump has targeted China with a series of tariff orders on billions of dollars worth of goods, aiming to reduce the trade deficit, revive U.S. manufacturing, and curb the import of fentanyl. U.S.-China relations remain strained over technology, human rights, the origins of COVID-19, and geopolitical flashpoints including Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Ukraine, making this latest trade threat another episode in a long-running economic rivalry. While Trump's cooking oil threat makes headlines, analysts say the market had already moved away from the U.S., highlighting the limits of these trade maneuvers. For more updates on U.S.-China relations, global trade, and economic policy, subscribe to the Indian Express.